Hi everybody, this is Aisha with San Mateo Public Library, and today I'm going to show you another craft activity which is actually STEM related. And as you'll see, I have a bunch of triangles in front of me that are built in a structure, and they're holding up a roll of tape. And all it is paper and tape, and it's kind of like magic. So I'll show you how to make this or something similar. Basically, I'll show you how to do the basic pieces, which is how to make the triangles. I'll take this apart, and all you need is tape and paper. My pencils are on pencil. And scissors to cut your paper with. And you also need a ruler to measure. So this does involve some measurement. And I'll put these over to the side, slide them over. And I'll use white cardstock since it's probably easier to see, to show you. So now I'm starting out with a regular size. It's recommended to use cardstock as opposed to regular paper, but I think it would be interesting to try this with regular thickness paper to see how strong of a structure you could build. So if you wanted to do a challenge and put some things like something heavier like the scissors or any other object you can think of to build a structure and see how many triangles it takes and how many levels to hold up that object. You could kind of do a challenge with somebody does it with paper, with cardstock, and somebody does it with thinner paper to see who wins the challenge. So it's up to you what you decide to do after you learn the basics of building your triangles. So I have my 8.5 by 11 sheet to start. So it's 11 inches this way and 8.5 inches that way. And most paper is sold this way in this size. So I want 6 inches because it's easier to measure to make the triangles equal size. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my paper and measure so I can cut 6 inches off the end, and then make sure that the other two sides are 6 inches as well. So the easy way to do this is to take my ruler and lay it down at the edge and measure and find the 6 inch mark here, and then just draw a little guideline, and then you move the ruler down a little bit and another guideline, and you do this about 3 or 4 times or till you get enough little lines, dashes, or dots so that you're comfortable in drawing your guideline for cutting. So I have my dashes. I'll take one and line my ruler up with the others, and then draw a line. And so here I have my guideline here for cutting. And so on this side, it's 6 inches to the line. And this other side, I'm just gonna put this to the side somewhere, and I can use it later on, or I could use this scrap for another project. So I'll cut on a line, put my extra paper to the side because I don't need that right now. So now let me use the ruler to check. I have 6 inches going across this way. So now I need to turn my paper because I want the other two sides to be 6 inches as well. So I'll do the same thing. I'll take my ruler, lay it down to the edge, find my 6 inch mark, and draw a little dot, a little dash, another little dash, and then another little dash. Turn my ruler around, line up my dashes, draw a line. Here's my second guideline to make my second cut, as you'll see. And I'll cut it. take the extra scrap and put it to the side for some other project that I might do later on. And so now I have a square for my 6 inches. And I'll take one of my triangles to show you. We want the triangle to be this size, and here's the paper. So I will need to cut more to get this size of triangle. Because remember, my strips, this is my strip that I start out with to make the triangle. So if I lay this down here, you'll see it fits in there. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are 4 of the strips that I already cut out. So you can see roughly this 6-inch sheet of paper should give me 4 strips. So I should be able to get 4 triangles from this 6-inch block of paper, 6-inch square of paper. And so you can decide how many triangles you want total, because you can keep going on and on and on, and you can make it until you have a room full of triangles if you want, a box full or whatever, and you can reuse them for all different kinds of things. In order to get 4 strips that are the same size out of this square, what I'll do is I have 6 inches, so I need to cut it in half. So half of 6 is 6 divided by 3. I'm sorry. It's 6 divided by 2, which equals 3. So I'm laying my ruler down again, and I want to mark off 3 inches this time. If you don't want to be exact, you could probably just fold the paper in half and cut that way. But for those of you who want to keep it exact, you can use the ruler to measure it out. So I have my 3-inch dots and line up my ruler for my guideline. Draw my line. There's a halfway line. And I guess I could do this. You could either measure out the half here, or you can just cut first and measure out. It's probably, to me, it's easier to cut this first, and then I can stack the 2 pieces and cut again to make 4 sheets of paper. So I'll cut on my line. Got 2 sheets, and so now I need to cut these in half. So again, I'll take my ruler, and I need to figure out what half of 3 is. So this is a little tricky. You can find it on the ruler easily, but this math is a little higher order or a little trickier for the younger ones. So half of 3 is actually 1.5, and it's easier to see when you look at it on the ruler. So I'm gonna find 1 inch and then 1.5 inches and mark my guidelines, my little dashes at 1.5 inches. All right, and then move my ruler and draw my line up my dashes, and I'll cut both. So here's my line for the half mark, and so I'll cut my 2 sheets at the same time. All right, so now I have 4 strips of paper to make triangles with. And in order to make your triangle, this takes a little more measurement, unless you're cool with folding this into perfect thirds. It's easy to do it with a bigger sheet of paper, but for this small strip, I'll show you how to measure it. So again, it takes a little math. So I'm gonna put my ruler down long ways, my 6 inches, and so we need we need to fold it so that there are 3 sides, because there are 3 sides in a triangle. So 6 divided by 3 equals 2. So I will need to make a fold at every 2 inches. So I will mark a line, just a little dot or a little dash at 2 inches and one at 4 inches, so that I know where to make my fold. So here are my 2 dots, and I just need to fold the first time I fold. I need to take the edge of this strip and fold it to this first little dash and crease it down, open it up, and then for me it's easier if I flip it around, but you could do it the other way. So, and now I need to take the other edge and fold it to the first fold, so that I have 3 evenly sized sections. So here's my 3 folds. You can see there's 3 sections. And now what I'm going to do is go to the side, move that, and if I put it together, you'll see it makes a triangle. So all I have to do, this is when my tape comes in handy. Just take a small piece of tape, take one side, and then put them together. Make sure that the edges are just touching. So, because you want your triangles to be the same size, and because it makes them stronger. So just make the edges touch like this, and then just press your tape down. I just had it, and then I messed it up. There we go. There. There's my triangle. And I'll make another one with a black paper so you can see me do it again. So I'll put that triangle to the side. Here I have a black strip, and again, it is 6 inches wide and 1.5 inches long, or going this way. So we're going by the 6 inches. We need to have 3 equally sized sections to fold after we fold it. So I'll take my ruler and lay it down, and 6 divided by 3 equals 2. So I need to measure at 2 inches and then go another 2 inches, which would take us to 4 inches. And those are where my folds are going to go. So I'll put the ruler to the side, and again, I will take the edge of my paper and fold this to the first dot, crease it down, open it up, fold this side to the first crease. So just match it up. And sometimes cardstock is a little hard to fold. You gotta use a little elbow grease in there. And so here we are. Here are my 3 sections. 1, 2, 3. And just need a little piece of tape to put it together to make my triangle. So it's easier for me to just tape there on the one side, connect the third side, the tops, and then there we are. There's our triangle. And now the end, so how I made my structure was, you can mix up the colors if you like to make a really interesting looking pattern. Take one and just position them this way. Okay, so I need to tip this one, and that one will hold it up. And these extra strips that you have will come in handy for making a little platform for the bottom, for the top of your each level. So I think I want to add more to this level. So I'll add a few more triangles. There. And I'll put this here. It'll make it stronger. And this is kind of it's the way that buildings and bridges and other structures are built. This is, you know, you can imagine architects and engineers doing this kind of thing when they're planning. And as you've probably seen when a project for building a real building or something like that you see, you know, when you're out and about, or, you know, you're doing what you do, living your life, you'll see that they often will have a model that's made out of paper. So they will build it so people can see what it's going to look like before they start construction. And so that is still a really popular way to show people how things are working. And right, here's my second level, and I want another strip. And then I think I'll put a third level on, because I think I had a third level at the beginning. So here we go. Some more. And another strip. Okay, so let me see if this will hold my tape. Oh, so it's strong enough to hold the tape. Okay, let me see if I have something. I'll try the scissors this time. The scissors, they're about the same weight as the tape, but the weight is kind of, it's not all the same, because this part it's heavy on the handles, but it's a little lighter down here where the blades are smaller. So let me see. Wish me luck. It balances scissors. I won't shake the table. But this is just one of the ideas that you could use in making your paper or cardstock triangles and building a structure. Thanks for watching the video, and check our social media and our website for upcoming programs and events. And I'll see you soon. Thanks. Have a great day.